Today we're going to be checking out the Mcfarlane Azrael Suit of Sorrow, I believe some people have called it, gold label edition. I don't know a lot about this figure, I just like Azrael. This suit reminds me a lot of the Arkham Knight version, and I really like those games. Front we have Azrael, the gold label label, I don't know. It's not a sticker. I know it's an older figure. This is how they used to do it. They're pretty neat. On the side, we get to see. Oh, there it goes. Azrael Suit of Sorrow. That's where it is. Okay, good to know. And then on the back, Azrael, some of the other figures: Nightwing, Flash, Red Hood, Dr. Fate, and King Robin, I believe. Other side, just says Azrael. Once again, front, we just have Azrael. I found this guy in store today for super cheap, about $10. They had a lot of him. I just picked up the one, so we'll check it out, see how that goes. Okay, here we have the figure all out of the box. Not gonna lie, I don't know a lot about this version of Azrael. I know Nightfall, the red suit he usually wears. This one, not so much, but I do like it because, like I said, it looks like the Arkham Knight version. I love those games. Very white, all white, few red accents, and then the brown leather. For accessories, he does come with one, apart from the card and the stand. We don't count those. But for the one accessory we do get is the sword. It looks very nice. It has Jesus on it on both sides. It comes with this flame. I saw it in box, I was like, that looks great. But then I took it out. I realized you can take it out. That looks awesome just by itself. It looks great. Sorry, it's not a focus. It looks very nice. It doesn't have any painting right here, but it does have painting at the end. Maybe this they could have painted up, but it doesn't look bad how it is. Especially with the flame, looks even better. Back to the figure, I did notice that cross on him. It's not painted. Kind of bothers me a little. I might go back later, paint it up. Apart from that, I think the paint looks awesome. Like I said, the white. Different shades of white between his upper part, the skirt part, and his legs. All this matches. This is different. You can see it in the camera. I think it's kind of weird. He's very armored in the top, and then the bottom just kind of looks like leggings and Robin-esque boots. But, you know, apart from that, looks great. These, I'm not too sure what to call them. His cape looks very good as well. It has gray and then metal. Pull them closer. Metal here and here. Same thing on this side. The metal looks great on the armored parts. He comes with a knife, but it's not removable. It's molded into there. I do have this guy leaning against the back because it's kind of hard to get him to stand. But let's look at the articulation now. Before we move on to the articulation, just want to look at the back. I usually forget, but we have it here. It does have some sort of paint in the back. These are made out of very soft plastic, which moves by itself when you move the figure, whichever way. I do like that. Usually not a fan of plastic capes, but I don't think this would be considered a cape. And I do think it's better that they made it out of plastic. Like I said, it does have paint in the back. That is very nice to see, even in the gauntlets. A lot of the time, they don't paint the whole way, even when needed. But now we can move on to the articulation. Okay, on to the articulation. Starting off at the top, he has a hinge at the neck. Looks up, about that. Looks down, about that. I would say looking down, very good. Up, not the best that we could get. Oh, okay. So you can move the head independently from the hood and the neck. Because usually what they do is they'll make either the head, like it is right here, where you can move it, hoodie stays the same, or they make this a whole piece. Everything moves, but then you don't get that neck articulation up there. But right here we get both. I don't know why you'd want this, but it's there if you do want it. Put that straight, right about there. Like I said, looks left, right, pretty. Oh, some paint is chipping. That's not good. But you won't really be able to see that. This side, it's a little harder because he has more armor. This side, a lot easier to turn. Arm-wise, you can tell this side has armor, this one doesn't, so we should get more out of this. Up 90 degrees, down, pretty much down to the body. That's pretty good. Forward, pretty good as well. I would say, yeah, it goes all the way up. Just kind of starts rubbing this part right here to a certain point. Back, same thing, goes about right there, then hits, but you can make it work. Have it go, oh, he got caught. Have it go all the way around. He has bicep cut, so that turns right there at the elbow. 90 degrees, you know, not the best, but considering how bulky he is, to be expected. Wrist are the usual Mcfarlane wrist with the balls. You can make that turn any direction you want. Other side, let's see how this one does. About that, not the best, but you know, as to be expected. This turns right here. Elbow 90, so pretty much the same for from up here. Something I did notice is this starts to separate when you move it some, so be careful with that. Now onto the torso. Up here, great motion, honestly. Moves left, right, back, about that much, not a lot. Forward, not a lot. And then bottom one, about the same thing. So both of them combined. Forward, pretty good. Back, great. But you start seeing the inside. I don't know if you can see that. Start seeing the inside right there. I don't know if this was already splotching like that, or is it just because I'm touching it? But he's a little yellowy. I'm gonna have to go back and look. That's how he was. Might just be from me touching him. I also see that on his head, on his mask. Right here. On his chin right here. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. But, whoops, sorry. No, not that one. Okay, right there. So yeah, forward. I guess just be careful. He does seem to get dirty kind of easy. My hands aren't that dirty. Yeah, it's definitely from me just touching him. God, that's terrible. Ooh, were my hands dirty? No, they were not dirty. Not as far as I know. God. I'm trying to not touch him as much anymore. Legs, move forward, down. Whoa, they move back a crazy amount. Okay? Forward, like I said. Sorry, we're back. Knock the camera down. Knees, like I said, 90 degrees. Pretty good. This figure is getting so terribly dirty. I swear I've handled white figures before and I've never had something get so stained. Like I said, my hands aren't filthy. I don't know what is going on. Whatever. Foot moves forward about that much. Back about that much. Forward, not too much. That's right there. That's flat. I do like that this hides the ball joint at the leg, but it does seem to hinder a little bit, especially side to side. Toe articulation, about right there. This does turn, usual Mcfarlane stuff. Like I said, this figure now just looks super dirty. Let me see if I can show that, especially on the skirt, right there, that area right here. It's all red. Chest, some areas, not as bad as down here, but his chin, you can definitely see that. Like I said, not best case scenario, but I mean, that's what reviews are for. Figuring out what the problem is, what's good, what's bad. Let me try to put on the sword on him real quick. Let me take him out. Sword is on. It was super easy to put on. I'm very glad the sword is made out of a stiffer plastic, not like the Kryptonite sphere that was made out of very gummy-like plastic. Overall, I do like the figure. I think it looks great, especially just standing there. I know, once again, figures are not meant to just stand there, This guy looks awesome, just standing there. Only thing is, he does seem to be getting super dirty. I've handled white figures before. Never had anything happen this bad. And it's only in some spots. Because the back where I've been touching looks fine. This leg looks fine, but this leg is just dirty. I'm trying to see if it is me. I don't know. Even then, I don't think a figure should get... No, because the chest where I was messing with it is not dirty. It's just the skirt. I don't know. I don't think you should be afraid to touch your figure. I understand he's very white, but still very unfortunate. I won't really be able to notice later on. I'll probably forget. But just be aware. You might want to wear gloves while handling this figure. Overall, I think he looks great. I think he's just standing there looks great. Boots are a little weird, but it's not their fault. The sword looks great, especially on him. It doesn't fall out. The fire falls out. Oh, it's not doing it now, but it happens sometimes. Now I'll go get some other figures, do some comparisons. We'll be right back. To start off the comparisons, we have Comic Batman on the left, Arkham Batman on the right. I think these two look great together. For Arkham Batman, maybe you could fit him in your Arkham display, customize him a little, change a few things. I think you can make something work. I can't think of a lot to compare to Azrael. But I'll try to see what else I can find. We'll be right back. Once again, I couldn't think of a lot, but here he is with the Arkham Asylum Batman, the original one, and the Arkham City Joker. Like I said, I love those games. He was in that game, I guess, so can't think of a lot to compare. Overall, I would say this is a very nice figure. Articulation not the best, with the 90-degree elbows. This arm not getting as much in the articulation way, but overall I think it's pretty cool. You can hit some very good poses. Only problem, like I said, is the figure seems to be getting dirty super easily. And yeah, apart from that, I would say if you can find this figure, especially for as cheap as $10, I would recommend getting it. I've seen it. I saw some prices. Some places have for $25, some places have $30, up to $40. I wouldn't recommend paying all that. We'll probably get a new Azrael sometime soon. But if you can't find it for cheap, I would for sure say get it. For sure something, especially if you like this version. If you like the colors, I don't see why not. Like I said, if you can find it for a cheap price, I would very much recommend it. Let me try to get him in one last post before ending the video. I said can't get a lot of crazy poses, but you can't get something. There we go. That works. Don't look at his legs. Just like that. Can't stand. He is kind of hard to stand, but that's not the point. Yeah, that's another problem. He can't stand. Seems to get dirty easily. There you go. That's the review. Apart from that, I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you have a good day. Thank you for watching.